Hey Aries, sorry, I just ate a tangerine. I just finished recording for Pisces, and I was feeling a little bit hungry, so I decided to go ahead and munch on a healthy fruit. Um, so Aries, we are going to have a conversation and discuss the astrological occurrences that are happening currently. And the astrological occurrences that are soon to be upon us in the next couple of weeks. Okay, we have an eclipse in Virgo happening. We have Neptune in Aries happening. We have a Mercury's retrograde happening. Venus is also in retrograde currently. And we have an Aries new moon. So there is a lot of energy in the month of March so far. This reading is not so much, it's not really about the month of March, but it's about how the energies in this month and the astrological conferences and meetings and conversations that are happening between the moon and other planets, between the sun and other planets, right? We are going to just kind of discuss how these astrological occurrences are going to affect you and how they're affecting you currently, moving on into the rest of the year. Okay, so if you're an Aries, sun, moon, or rising sign, these messages are for you, but I do recommend that you check your moon and rising placements, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in, y'all. I do have a new Oracle deck and a new magical item that I now added to these readings. I also have a die, and I just have a couple of buttons, or you can call them runes if you want, or charms, but they're little buttons that I'm going to use towards the end of the reading to give you guys more advice and encouragement moving forward. Okay, but we do have this beautiful oracle deck here. I have sat with its energy for a while, and it's a very beautiful energy in giving advice and guidance. So we will start with that oracle deck first, and then we're going to pull 2 more oracle messages, then pull 3 cards from the tarot, and then last but not least, we will pull a couple buttons for you guys moving forward. But I know that right now, the energy for some of you, Aries, may feel very intense, even though there may not be anything intense happening in your life. Some of you guys, maybe things, have intensified in your life currently, for your personal lives, or in a relationship, with your job, with your money. Okay, and with this eclipse in Virgo happening, with the moon and Virgo having this intense conversation, okay, you might find that your health, your money, time management, practicalities in your life might be a bit frustrating, okay? Or they just might be at the forefront. Some of you may find that certain ailments in your body may intensify or worsen because maybe there's something that you're neglecting for some of you, okay? We're all humans, we're not perfect, so there's always something that we might be neglecting in our lives that we may not be paying attention to, and we just need some help, placing our attention in the right areas, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and see here, Aries. We're going to roll a die, and then we're going to pull from the cards, okay? Aries, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so you have the anchor. Interesting. Can you guys see that? You have the anchor. So I'm getting the energy, okay, like obviously a ship, when it's needing to be stationary, right? It's in the middle of the water, but it needs to stop, right? It needs to stay stationary. It doesn't want the waves to sweep it away, So I'm seeing you as this ship here, Aries, where you're maybe you might find yourself in an emotional, maybe not now as you listen to this reading, some of you, this may not happen until later. But there is a situation or an experience that you may be having or will have soon where you're kind of feeling emotional. There may be some emotional chaos happening inside of you or with somebody else. Okay. Maybe there's some emotional turmoil or emotional chaos happening with somebody else or people around you. And you really need to kind of ground yourself and anchor yourself in a safe space. So that whatever work that you need to accomplish for yourself, that you're able to accomplish that, without being distracted too much. Okay. Because there could be, when you go out and about in the world, your energy can be very much affected by other people and their emotions and whatever it is that they're going through. And that can become a distraction for you. You can get distracted from the work that you need to do because of what's going on around you. So there is this need to really ground yourself and to anchor yourself in a safe space, so that way you can continue to focus on what you need to focus on. I'm getting this energy of not allowing other people's problems, or this may sound selfish, but there's something where there's a situation for some of you Aries where you need to not allow someone else's problems to be your own. You can be a supporting character for sure, but you or someone else's emotions may be chaotic, and you need to not allow those waves to uproot you and sweep you away into a situation that you don't need to be in. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting so far with that message from the die. So let's go ahead and start pulling some cards, you guys. Regardless of the astrological conversations, regardless of, like I was telling Pisces, and I'll tell you guys, everybody as well, including you Aries, these astrological bodies, the planets, the moon, the stars, they are all having conferences and meetings and talking to each other. Some of those conferences and meetings may be very intense. There may be arguments happening there. There may be some astrological bodies who do not get along, but they have to share a space with each other. But at the end of the day, they have work to do, right? They have work to do. And no matter what, the moon and the stars, they do their job. That is their contract. That is what they are meant to do. So do we. The only thing is, with human beings, we can become very lax in our responsibilities. Okay. And as these astrological beings have conversations, right, while they're having their meetings and conferences together in the heavens, there are other entities below us in the underworld. Some of them are attached to this world, who are out to play now, and they want to toy with our minds, for their own enjoyment, right? Or to block us from our true potential. So just understand that the astrological bodies out there, when a Mercury retrograde happens or any retrograde happens, it's not this, in a way, it's kind of been a trendy thing where people get so afraid of a Mercury retrograde, but there's nothing to be afraid of. That planet is just pulling its energy away so that we can see the things that we need to see, the things that we've been neglecting, the things that we've been ignoring or trying to run away from, right? So these retrogrades are happening because it's time for us to do some deeper work here. Okay. So just bear that in mind, Aries. The planets are not out to get us. They're just doing their job. And that should show us that we have a job to do as well. And we need to stick with it. Okay. Aries, sun, moon, rising signs, ancestors of light, spirits of light, what messages of advice and guidance do you have for them at this time? Okay, yeah, you have water energy again. And you have card number 31, the lure. And it says, awaiting a resilient tool's reward. So, Aries, you have been fishing for something. You've anchored yourself, or you need to anchor yourself, right? You may, again, like I said, some of you guys may find yourself in a very emotional current, or not even a current, but you might find that some type of emotional situation, or situation where emotions are very intensified or chaotic, you may again realize like you've lost focus. You've kind of, have had a lack of awareness in some type of situation here, or some aspect of your life. And despite this emotional turmoil or chaos, beneath all of it is a reward. So if you're there might, on the surface, there's a lot of waves, right? There's a lot of thunder, lightning, rain, whatever is going on the surface of your emotions, right? But deep down, if you go under the ocean, under the water, you realize that the fish, the marine creatures under the waves are doing just fine. The deeper you go, the more quiet, the more darker, the more peaceful it becomes, right? But also, despite there being no waves and lightning, there is some other type of fearful energy down there. So you may find yourself trying to kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. You may feel like, man, it's like really rough up here, but if I go deeper, it's quieter. But at the same time, there are some things that still scare me down there. Which one do I choose? Which one do I choose to focus on? So as you are up here on the waves, right? Cast your lure out there. Put your energy out there. Say a prayer. Send that email. Fill out that application. Send that text message. Make that phone call. Plant that seed. There's something that needs to see you. There is someone or something that needs to see you. They need to know that you exist. However, you have to cast your lure, Aries, first. It's not just going to be by chance or coincidence that all of a sudden this person or this experience just finds you. No, you have to actually find something sparkly, find something that's actually going to catch this person's eye, or catch this company's eye, or whatever. If this is a spirit that you need help from, a money spirit, or a love spirit, or a spirit of healing, a spirit of medicine, spirit of creativity, a spirit of community, a spirit of friendship, whatever it is, you have to attract that spirit. It's not just going to fall into your lap. So this is something that you really want, Aries, but you have to make it attractive. You have to make this thing that you want attracted to you, right? You have to create some type of magnetic force, but before that can happen, you need to find something that you can utilize to attract. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. So if you're making these grand gestures towards this thing, it's not really going to pay attention. You need something that's just the right size, something that is sparkly, right? Something that is colorful, or something that's just the right color, the right energy. I don't know what this necessarily pertains to, you guys, but it pertains to something. It pertains to deconstructing something and then reconstructing it. And I have a feeling this has something to do with community. It has something to do with relationship. It has something to do with even career or finances. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Aries, you have card number 85, the Grizzly. And it says, losing an untamed aspect. So what I'm getting here, Aries, is that there's a part of you I'm just getting there's a part of you where, like on an emotional level, it needs to wake up. It needs to, there's a part of you that you may feel is kind of dissipating or leaving. It's saying goodbye or it's hiding. I'm just getting like the image that I just got was like a wolf or a dog or some type of carnivorous animal baring its teeth. Like there's like this like gleam in its eye, and there's like its teeth are being bared and it's ready to kill. It's ready to launch at something, right? And there's no stopping it. I'm getting this is the energy that you need towards what you want, or maybe this is the energy that you've had towards what you want, where you are like, I want that thing, and you pounce, right? But this time, in this particular situation, you might need to kind of be a little bit more stealthy. You might need to change how you get what you want here. You might need to be a bit more careful in how you go after someone or something. This is about waiting. You may see, it might be right, like maybe not right in front of you, but it may be so close yet so far. There may be something that you're like, I really want that. I deserve that. But if you go pouncing at it, you might just scare it away for a while and it won't come back around for a while. You might lose your chance. But if you really still want to have a higher chance at getting this thing or this reward, you need to switch up the process. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. Again, check your rising and your moon sign for greater resonance. Okay. Successful career. I mean, we are going to be under a Virgo eclipse, so I do feel that health and career and money are at the forefront, or will be, if it's not yet already in your life. It says happy working environment, pay raises and promotions. This is what's in the cards. This is what's on the table for you. This is what the moon and Virgo are speaking about. This is what Mars and the constellation of Aries is talking about together for you, Aries. As a collective of Aries out there. These are the conversations. This is what they have on the table as they speak about you, Aries. The celestial beings, the divine beings, right now. This is what they have as a reward on the table for you. However, the only way that you can accept this reward, to catch this reward on your lure, is if the grizzly calms down, is if the grizzly bear inside of you just stops and thinks about it first, stops and just waits, practices patience. There is the energy of allowing the work that you've done to speak for itself. Let your work speak for itself, Aries. If you find yourself being extremely angry and you want to make sure that the person that you're angry with knows how angry you are, you just might end up scaring someone away or causing someone to go back into their shell. So then by the time you're not angry with that person anymore, or you want to have happy times with this person may think twice before actually having a conversation with you. So for those of you who might have anger issues with the grizzly here, if you're so quick to get on someone's case because there's something you don't like, that person just might decide that they don't really want, this might be a water sign, okay? We'll see as the cards come out, but this might be somebody who might decide, you know, I think I'm just gonna like leave Aries alone, or I think I might just be careful with what I say around Aries to not upset them. So for those of you who might be dealing with, you know, being a little bit snippy, you know, ready to pounce on somebody when they make a mistake, be careful, y'all. Be careful, okay? That's just, you know, just a little tidbit of wisdom there. Just a little bit. Because some of you guys, it's interesting that there is an axe symbol on this card, and there's a claw mark on this other card. So some of you guys, Aries, may be really quick to put somebody on the chopping block, okay? Just saying. Just saying. You have moved forward. Card number 23. Okay, so 31, 85, 8, and 23 might be some lucky numbers for you. Balance. Wow. You have the card at the bottom of the deck that says balance. Balancing the wild and civilized, right? But also recognizing that the feral and the wild has their own way of structure. They have their own rules and regulations, right, and laws that they abide by. So this is not to say that your wild and untamed self is bad. It's not. It's just that that is a part of yourself that you go to every time, a lot of the time, or most of the time. And this deeper, quiet, reserved, very magical and mysterious energy is kind of knocking on your door and saying, hey, I can help you too. So some of you guys, Aries, you might have water in your chart. You may need to really dive into that part of yourself. Others of you, you might have a water sign in your life who is there to teach you something. The way they deal with things, if you have a water sign or someone in your life where you may see that they're very quiet, they're not really quick to anger or quick to show certain emotions. You may have a certain perspective of them if you think about them. Like if there's someone in your life, think about who they are right now. You know, in whatever I described about them just now, like who is that person? Like this person could be somebody at work, somebody in your family, somebody that you're in a relationship with romantically. Um, it could be a colleague, a friend, what have you. But if you think about somebody in your life who's, you know, they're not as fiery, you know, they're not so quick to put somebody in their place or to have the last say, right? Think about your perspective of them. Think about, you know, why do they act that way, or why, you know, what can you learn from them, right? And in turn, this person may actually learn something from you and in this grizzly bear type of part of yourself, you know? So this person may also have something to learn from you, but we all signs of the zodiac have something to say to each other and have something to learn, have something that they can inspire you with, right? So we all have something to bring to the table. We just have to get out of our minds that there's only one way. We have to get out of our mind this orthodox type of mindset that there's only one right way. Okay. That's what I'm getting here, Aries, and this is what this eclipse and what Neptune and Mercury and Venus are all, and even Pluto are bringing to the table. Okay. And this eclipse is going to really affect us until the next eclipse that happens in September, which is going to be in Libra, which is Virgo's sister sign. Okay. So bear that in mind as well. So huge lessons here. Let's go ahead and pull from the tarot. Interesting. We have the devil. Okay. There's that wild, untamed energy there. Going after what you want, no questions asked. Interesting. The devil. There's definitely some wounds here. Some of you may have gotten yourself into situations that you could have avoided had you waited, had you practiced patience and self-control. Now, some of you guys may think, no, this is the right way to do it because I've gotten what I wanted. But deep down inside, there is some type of dark energy or some type of frequency or some type of energy that is in some ways has fed on you and may have taken away your independence, where it has disguised itself as, no, you're independent, you're doing the right thing. But there is some type of void there. There is a blind spot, Aries. And I'm just getting this energy of like somebody saying, I don't have a blind spot. Like this is a technique that's worked for me, and like, okay, great. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I am seeing here, I'm just speaking from what my spiritual team is telling me for you guys, and that is there is a blind spot here. There is a wound here. Some of you guys actually might have a scar of some kind on your face or on your body. Could be a surgical scar, could be maybe you got attacked by an animal one time. I'm getting that as well. Okay, so you have the Devil, you have the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, we have another animal, which is the Strength card. Some of you guys have a very interesting relationship with the earth, or specifically with animals. Specifically with animals. I don't know, some of you guys might have a pet that's blind or has some type of disability. I don't know. Or you know someone who has an animal. Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo who you can learn from. Others of you, there's a Sagittarius. Or someone with Sagittarius in their chart. And others of you, there is an earth sign, specifically a Taurus. There's something that Taurus and Leo have to say to you. So you might want to listen to Leo, Taurus, and or Sagittarius. So if you want to listen to their readings to understand their messages and their lessons, you might learn something from them, specifically Aries. So definitely listen. And if you have friends or colleagues who are Leos or have Leo in their chart, or they're Sagittarians or they're Tauruses, definitely talk to them. Okay? Ask them questions about, you know, how they deal with their emotions, how they go about getting what they want. You know, if you have a Leo, a Taurus, or a Sagittarius who you feel have some things that they really want, you know, and they worked hard for it. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards really quickly, you guys, and then we're going to pull from the button bag. Clarify these cards for Aries. Ancestors of light, spirits of light. Yeah, but there's some of you guys, you have a really close relationship with an animal, with a pet, with a familiar, or you're just really good with animals. Which is good. Yeah, some of you guys feel that what you've been doing is just fine. But just remember, there is a blind spot there. There's a blind spot there, and you need to adjust your mirrors to that blind spot. You may have a Sagittarius or someone in your life who you fight with, or you just don't. Some of you guys, maybe there's other fire signs. If somebody has fire in their chart, you tend to not see eye to eye with them, or the way they live their life and the truths that they have accepted in their life, you may not be willing to accept. So whatever advice another fire sign has to give you, or another very adventurous person, or someone that you look up to, you may not like. Some of you guys may struggle with listening to the truth that they have to tell you. So this person is definitely, they have a lot of insight and wisdom. So there's someone in your life that you may meet soon, or you've already met, and they are very adventurous. They are very knowledgeable, right? They're fun. But when you listen to how they got to where they are, or how they became the person that they are, you may struggle with that. That might be a truth that you're just like, that's not for me. And that's fine. But all I'm saying is maybe it might be a good idea to open up and just listen. Open your heart up to this possibility of this truth or this advice that this person might have for you. And again, it might be a Sagittarius. It might be a Sagittarius. It might be a Leo, okay? And with this Taurus energy, this patience of just planting your seeds and just giving it what it needs, and not trying to figure out, is it going to grow yet? Is it going to grow yet? Am I going to get what I want yet? No, let the lure do its thing. You just leave it in the water. You just leave it there. If you place it in the right spot at the right time, again, and patience is a virtue, you'll get what you want and then some. So this Taurus energy is here. It has a lot to say. Taurus has a lot to say to you, Aries. Okay? Taurus has a lot to say to you. And Taurus is not a fast-moving sign, but when it speaks, it has a lot to say. You and Sagittarius, or you and a Leo, you guys may not see eye to eye when you guys meet, or that energy, you may be like, I don't know. But they still have something to say to you too. It's just that they may not say it the way Taurus might say it. They may say it in a very blunt, maybe a little bit insulting way, but it's still the truth. So whoever these people are in your life, whether they're Tauruses, Sagittarians, or Leos or not, some of you guys may get along with Capricorns more than anything. You may not get along with Sagittariuses that much. You may want to listen to a Taurus more often in your life. But whoever this is, they have some truth to speak. Yeah. You're holding on tight to what you already have, Aries, and that's fine. Protect what you have, protect what you've worked for, but not to the extent where you're not opening yourself up to this new opportunity. If you're not opening yourself up to this new process of gaining your rewards, you might find yourself blindsided again. You might find yourself with this blind spot again, having to deal with this again. Okay? There's something you need to leave behind and move forward with something else. Okay? Like this card says, move forward, balance. There's balance in moving forward here. There's something here, Aries, where this is a career, this is a business, this is a relationship, this is a way of thinking, a belief, where you need to just leave it behind and move forward. Okay? Just move forward. This untamed feral energy, that's always going to be with you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't utilize it. That's a superpower of yours. But there's a new blessing, a new gift that's being given to you, and it's this lure. You've been giving a fishing rod, right? Before, you were hunting after what you wanted with your claws and your fang. That's all you needed, right? You were out. You were ready for the smoke. You were ready for the challenge. But there's a gift of a lure and a fishing rod that's been given to you by someone, so to speak. Some of you guys may have maybe you like going fishing, I don't know. But there's something that's been given to you by the universe, and it's in the form of the energy of a fishing rod or a lure. And you may look at it like, what am I supposed to do with this? Right? You're not going to give a fishing rod to a bear or a lion. They're like, I already have fangs. I mean, I have claws. I have teeth. Why do I need a fishing rod for? I pounce. I don't fish, right? That might be something that you struggle with. But the universe or your spirit guides, your ancestors are like, no, not today. You're not pouncing today, Aries, okay? I'm just saying. They might be like, you're not pouncing today. You're fishing today. So take your fishing rod, sit down and shut up, right? That might be the energy that Sagittarius might be bringing to the table. That might be the energy that Leo might be bringing to the table for you. That might be the energy that Taurus might be bringing to the table for you. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and pull a button for y'all, or two, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Okay, you got the Campfire, card number 5. Oops, sorry, I got it on the wrong. Campfire, yeah, just sitting, enjoying, waiting, right? Okay, you got number 1, the Raven. So there are some spirits, of divine spirits, that are looking at you. They are watching you, Aries. They are watching you. And they're trying to see what you're going to do. This gift that's been given to you, that crow represents a spirit of something from an earth spirit, a water spirit, a celestial being that sent someone down to you to give you this gift, Aries. And you may look at this gift like, what am I supposed to do with this? But the universe is like, use it. That's what you're supposed to do with it. Use it. And if you don't know how to use it, we have people here who we've given the same gift to and they're using it. So maybe you should go ask them, right? I'm just saying it like it is, y'all. So yeah. The campfire, the crow. The campfire and the crow. Sit with them. There's a new passion here, a new gift, a new opportunity. Take it. All right. Much love and light to all of you. Aries, I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye.